You're about to listen to an excerpt of Secret City Geek Lab broadcast on KTSTFM.com every Wednesday at 7 o'clock p.m. For more news, reviews, and interviews from the world of geek, visit the Geek Lab at secretcitycomedy.com/geeklab or like us on Facebook at facebook.com/secretcity. Enjoy the show.
This is a big fun ride of an action movie, but it also has a lot of heart, and the family represents that heart. It was a fantastic experience. Of course I had a little first day jitters, my first day I was working with Gary, and it was great, but I'm very happy about it. It was difficult at times because it was quite uncomfortable and heavy and sweaty and everything, but it made me feel like a badass, and it also made me understand some of the vulnerability that the character was going through, and he's amputated from his throat down, so that was an interesting contrast that also came from wearing the suit. It was incredible. Jose is such a fantastic director, and he started out doing something that was so impressive. He had a 3-week rehearsal process with the whole cast, the entire cast, and we worked through every scene of the film, and it created the feeling of ensemble for the whole cast, and that's very rare on a movie like this.
Oh man, that's why I signed on. You ask every actor here, that's the deciding factor, When you hear Robocop, you go, okay, that should be interesting. Then they say, Jose Padilla's doing it. You say, okay, I'll be there. This is a guy who I think is a big thinker, entrepreneur, and futurist, and he's already got a lot of money, and I think he believes in the endeavor, frankly. This guy, well, he's a great actor. I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen The Killing or any of the other stuff he's done. This guy's really good.
Well, this is the LA premiere of Robocop. We are very happy to hear. I think we started this 3 years ago. And so, a lot of my friends are here, all the filmmakers, all the cast, the executives from the studios, both Sony and MGM. So it's like a celebration of having made this movie, This is a political film. It's also a little bit of a satire of our times, but it has also philosophical issues. It talks about, how are we going to regulate the use of robots and drones, both for law enforcement and for war, how important this is. And then it also talks about what does it mean to be a man, because when the interface between man and machine gets closer and closer, the question that's been philosophical so far will become very pragmatic.
I think they can take away a really fun movie that everyone can enjoy, the whole entire family, but you can also go a little deeper if you want to, into political or social issues, into the idea of what it is to love, to have children, to what it would be like if this actually happened, to think about the future, the world we live in, but at the same time, it's like grab a popcorn and a soda and come and watch this movie, because it's a really great film to watch. Working with Jose was incredible. I've been a fan of his for a long time. Bus 174, Elite Squad 2, incredible films. I think that he brings a grit to this that I think is refreshing in a film this big. And this film, it's a reboot. It's not a remake. And he's incredibly intelligent. So his science and mathematical knowledge really comes into play. I think he did a great job, and what I love about him is when you see him stripped back, because it's so much is about his face, is that he wasn't afraid to show his emotions, to be sensitive, and to go on that journey. And I think he did it in a really lovely way. And I felt honoured to be part of the family dynamic that represented his heart and soul. I felt like that was a nice role to play in a film like this.
It's just incredible. I think it's an all-star cast, and it's the kind of cast that you expect to see in an Oscar film, but to have it be action-packed and be such an iconic story is just amazing. So at one point I was in between Michael Keaton and Gary Oldman, and I looked to my right and my left and I thought, oh my God, I'm in between Batman and the Commissioner. So I was very excited. Action, badass special effects, amazing love story, incredible cast, and most importantly, a great story that will make you think and I think stay with you.
I think they're going to enjoy it as a fun action sci-fi ride, but I think they're also going to think that it's very smart and topical, you know, and it's an intelligent film while being fun at the same time. So that's always good. It's been reimagined, you know, by Jose and the writers, and I think it's you know, it's topical, it's smart, it's got great action, and I think it should kick ass. Joel, I was really excited to hear about Joel being cast as RoboCop because I was a fan of his in The Killing. I thought he was great in that. I just think he was kind of perfectly cast for it. So.
It's 100%, you know, old school kind of slam bang action movie, but I think it's way funnier than people expect it to be, and I also think we'll trick them into thinking about stuff as well. He's incredible. I mean, I can speak to him as a man, and he's a lovely, lovely man, but he just was channeling something. He was meant to wear that suit.
Working with Gary Oldman and Michael Keaton and Marianne and Jay, and I mean, I when I was doing the kills of the stills, I found it very hard to find photographs where I didn't have my mouth wide open screaming with laughter because it was a lot of fun.
It's pretty cool, you know, working with all the actors. They're really good. They got me lots of good opportunities, which will probably lead me, or I hope to lead me to more bigger things. But overall, it was just a great experience. Joel's pretty cool in the big suit. He's like futuristic, he's electronic. It was really cool. It was also a big improvement from the last RoboCop because now he gets a fan in him. So I think he'll stay pretty fine in there.
The film is a very grounded world. It's really, you know, the original movie was had kind of a tone that was like a satire of the Reagan era that was, you know, very over the top and really fun and like almost kind of zany, you know, and because the filmmaker that we're working with and because of hopefully the work that I was doing and the editor and the actors are doing, trying to create a very grounded world, a world that's not very much unlike our own. So it's maybe like 5 minutes in the future and hopefully we're talking about what's happening right now today. The way that Jose works, the director works, everyone's sitting down, putting their own spin on the dialogue, trying to basically make sure the characters speak in their voice or voice they're comfortable with or whatever. So like I'm sitting at the table with Michael Keaton and with Gary Oldman and occasionally with Sam Jackson, and you know, as a writer, it's like a dream. I mean, it's, you know, you're kind of freaking out. It's simultaneously exhilarating and also terrifying.
Tonight, this is the world premiere of RoboCop. I'm very excited. It was intense. They spent a lot of time. The technology, the design of it was awesome, and he wore it. It was heavy. He really had a suit on.
This was a production of Secret City Geek Lab on KTSTFM.com. We broadcast every Wednesday at 7 o'clock p.m. Visit the Geek Lab at secretcitycomedy.com/geeklab or like us on Facebook at facebook.com/secretcity.